Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my problem solving course. It's a bit of a terrible name. Impossible escape room trouble thing. Yeah, so this is basically a bunch of problems and you got to solve them. So you've seen a lot of death runs, obstacle courses, parkour courses, but there hasn't actually been a proper old school problem solving course yet. You know, like the old Indiana Jonesy Tomb Raider type problems where you got to solve a puzzle in a room or some kind of problem or riddle to escape, and this is exactly that. And I challenge you, if you haven't seen SSundee's video of him completing it, to go and try it before you actually watch him complete it yourself if you want to figure out how it's actually done. But I'm going to take you on a rundown of exactly how the course works. There are a few little guidelines. Obviously, if you're going to be the type of person that cheats, you're going to cheat anyway. So if you're someone that actually wants to enjoy this map, have some fun with it, then I do advise trying to abide by those few little rules that will just make the course that much more enjoyable. But I hope you hit the like button, subscribe. I'm going to run you down on how it works. You're going to spawn in this room, plenty of spawn pads for, like, most of you only going to be a max of 4. If you do come in larger groups though, I would suggest taking a second just in case you miss the spawn pads. Now this little hole here is just for spectators. It's for anyone that doesn't want to do the course, or maybe you're taking a friend here and this way you can go around the edges, you don't have to do the course yourself, and you can give them a little helping hand, give them any clues if they don't know. And yeah, you've got a grappling hook and a potion, so if you do want to jump down, maybe lose a bit of health, you can top yourself up and demonstrate possibly, and obviously you've got a grappling hook to get yourself back up if needed. But yeah, going on with the actual problem solving, I'm not going to give too much away because obviously you've got to solve the problem, and if I solve the problem for you by explaining it, then it takes kind of a lot of the fun away. So I'm going to leave it for you to figure out for yourselves. If you do want to see a video of how it's done, then you should go to SSundee's channel and watch his video that he posted today, because that basically it is a video of him and Nico going through trying to complete it themselves. So you can see how it's done that way, but for now I'm just going to give you the basics and let you figure out the problem for yourself. So room 1. You're stuck in a cage. There's no way out. You can't build. You can't break. You've got to somehow get through this door and get to the checkpoint over there. Open this chest and you will find impulses. Now that isn't giving away the actual solution, because that's what you're going to get as soon as you walk into the room when you open the chest. So it's not giving anything away too much. But yeah, you've got to use them to figure out how to get yourself through. And there's a unique trick to everything. But that first one, there's no real clue. You just got to solve it pretty quickly. And it's mainly to test your patience. If you haven't got any patience, I wouldn't advise trying to solve this problem course. Now, moving on with the next one, you're going to get forced into this 3x3, room 2, and you've got a chest there with portal rifts, and you've got to figure out how to get from here over to here, to that checkpoint, through the wall, using your portal rift. So, your portal rift, your rift to go, I'm really sorry about that, rift to go. But yeah, you've got to figure out, you've got a clue on the wall there as of what to do, but this is room number 2. You can figure it out for yourselves. Room number 3. Now this one is probably the most roleplay type one. Like you can cheat this, but in the chest you get a bunch of wood, and I would advise splitting it up just in case you die a lot, because you don't want to lose it all in the traps, because you do drop your loot when you die, and there's only a limited amount of wood. So if you lose all your wood, you're gonna have to restart the whole thing. Now what you have to do is build walls to get across. To get across these platforms, you can only build walls, and you can only edit them in these styles. But this is easily done once you get the knack to it, and I'll let you figure that out for yourselves. As I said, SSundee and Nico figure it all out on their channel if you want to go watch that video to see how the solutions are kind of, I don't know, I'm just ranting now. Basically to see how it's done. Now room 4, you've got these like little taser zapper barrier type things, and you've got basically a little clue here as to how to solve it. But you've got ice here, and you've got a massive gap, and you've got to get over to this section here. So just to note, you've got these zappers, you've got traps, and you've got an ice ramp. Now obviously you're thinking you're going to have to use the ice ramp, but just to warn you, this little slim section along the top, for some reason the freezer bit doesn't quite reach to the top, and it actually stops you in your tracks if you land here. So when you're up here and you're jumping down, don't jump directly down and hit this unfrozen patch. Just make sure you hit this to get your full momentum so you can get the biggest jump possible. But I'll let you figure that out. There's clues up there as to how to solve it, and you may just think maybe you just need to get a massive jump and clear the gap. But I can promise you it's not as simple as that. If you have come from SSundee's video and are watching this because you've already seen how it's done, then you already know that gap is not as simple as you think. Now room 5, we've got a grappling hook, and don't forget to get your checkpoint. So room 5, there was a bit of an issue. So basically something I discovered is that when there are multiple people in the server, your island moves around like the main area. It basically moves, and it changes the entire compass. So right now in solo, and I think with 2 players, when I tested it with just me and a friend, north is this way. But when I had 3 players in the match, as you see in SSundee's video, for some reason it says this way is north. So what I've done is I've put in my own manual compass. As you can see, this compass north, east, south and west. Ignore the compass at the top of the screen, and basically you've got a clue on the wall that you've got to figure out, and I'll give you a clue in the video. It's some sort of code. It's some sort of encryption, kind of. But yeah, this is the solution, those lights on the walls, and then you've got the compass. You've basically got to figure out how to escape this room with nothing but your grappling hook. But yeah, that is room 5. It's room 6. Now this is a problem solving / slight skill challenge. You've got to be decent at the balloons, and if not, this will test you a little bit. But don't forget to hit your checkpoints. There's multiple ones here, because I can imagine if there's a group of you, you'll probably be dying at the same time every now and then. So as you can see, you've got to get through here. There's kind of a clue there. Up here. And through here. And there's kind of traps around the place in more forms than just one. So be careful. Now, room 7, just to warn you, as you saw, I completely just skipped how I got into room 6, and that's obviously because you've got to figure out how to escape that room. So if I just led the camera through and showed you, it would have given away. So I just went straight onto room 6, and now we've got room 7. So you've got to figure out how to get over this wall. You've got the golf buggy, of course. See if you can put 1 and 1 together to make 2. You've got a clue up here, and I'll tell you now because SSundee didn't realise this at first. This white square is supposed to represent the top of the golf buggy. So that's just a little heads up right now. But you've got to figure out how to get over to this section here. And that is room 7. And on to the final room 8. Now this is kind of a maze, and I like the old like Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider problem solving type of maps, and I really wanted to bring that feel to it with a bit of foliage and stuff. So and a few like crushing walls kind of things. So what we've got here is a secret path that you have to figure out on the disco floor. I know there's a disco floor, and then I'm talking like foliage green up there. But this is one of the only like real substances at the moment that doesn't take up too much memory that traps will go through. So I kind of had to use it. But basically, I will show you right here, because it doesn't matter if I give away one position. As you can see, there are spike traps in the floor, and they will go through and kill you. You can take as many chug chugs as you like, but you've got to make your way through the dance floor. You've got a checkpoint there if you so wish to risk getting to it, and then you've got to make your way, continue through to the final treasure trove and Indiana Jones little room. But just to warn you, there are traps inside the actual foliage, as you can see. But yeah, this is it. This is the map, and I hope you enjoy your experience. If you liked it, or if you're going to play it, or you just want to help me out, then hit that like button and definitely subscribe for more. If you want me to produce more videos like this, then definitely let me know in the comments. There's a lot of videos I don't actually make based on maps that I've done for Craner and SSundee that I don't really show off. But if you want me to, let me know. But other than that, have an awesome time attempting this map, or if you just enjoyed it. See you later.